figured it would be easier to show this keyboard than to try to type anything out. But this is the end result of me injuring this wrist in July. This is an Urchin. It is a keyboard made by a gentleman from, I believe he lives in Poland. The plans are from GitHub. It was assembled by, the PCB was manufactured by JLC PCB, and I assembled everything else on here. Each side of this is actually running a independent microcontroller. It's powered by these little LiPo batteries here. These are 110 milliamps, and I get about a month out of this and about 2 weeks out of this side. This is known as the peripheral, and this is the central side. This connects to your computer, and this connects to this, all over Bluetooth 5.2. It's running a firmware called ZMK. That's the Zephyr Mechanical Keyboard firmware. It's a solo project by a very, very caring individual who wanted everybody to have some good keyboards, I guess. And the firmware is actually built through GitHub Actions. So I have a repository with my key map and customizations for the board that GitHub Actions actually builds the firmware, and then I simply flash it with a USB cable onto here. The main trick behind this, other than the, of course, wonderful ergonomics of actually matching the shape of a keyboard to the shape of fingers, wild concept, and then being independently movable. You also have a wide variety of layering and macros and modifiers that let you get really productive with these things. First thing you'll notice is there's a very small number of keys here. It's 34. The thumb clusters here, this is escape, backspace.
Hey there friends, how's it going? My name is Kevin.
That is Kevin. Space and tab. The way that you actually use this keyboard, various keys, when they're held, become a different key. Like this key here, A, when held down, is control. Z is shift. So just like it would be on a normal keyboard, bottom left and bottom right are your shift keys. I have Alt under the ring fingers, Control under the pinkies on the side. Command is here, underneath of my right thumb. If I need Enter, I can hold this button and my keyboard is now moved into a new layer where this space key has become Enter. That is most of how you operate this. You have also some home row modifier keys, mainly these 3 fingers on each hand. The symbols are accessed by holding one side or the other index finger, and then all of the keys surrounding become various symbols, like a dash would be holding the left and then pressing the right side, and then I get a dash. Whereas an underscore would be here, tilde there, double quote there, single quote there, and backtick, etc., etc. The other neat features that we have are, aside from just single keys, you can actually have 2 key pairs and 3 key pairs that, when pressed down together, issue another command. One of my go-to shortcuts is actually Control Space to drop down my terminal window, and I have that mapped to pressing down both my index and middle fingers on the left side. For Command Tab, Tab is here. To get to Command, you have to hold Tab. So it kind of is a catch-22. So I also have Command under my right index, right middle, and my right ring finger, letting me use Alt or Command Tab as I normally would. Of course, Alt Tab on Windows is still right there, as it always is. And there's quite a few other little features that you can add into there. Quick tap is one of them, where you can have a configurable window where you can double tap and it will issue key repeats, but otherwise it will just issue one, or you can have it issue a modifier key such as command or control, and any other combination of things can be bound to these keys. So it gets into a bit of a rabbit hole spot pretty quickly, but you can essentially make this do whatever you need to. If you need to command a specific sequence of keys to do something in Photoshop or video editing software, you can actually bind that to a key on another layer. So you could, for instance, hold down this key and press there, and it would run a series of commands or key press combos to automate a workflow, various things of that nature. So all in all, really cool stuff, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. The case is 3D printed. Like I said, the board I had manufactured from PCB prototyping manufacturer JLC PCB, and all of the switches are stuck on with little hot swap sockets, so you can actually take them right off and get a good look at them, replace them if you need to or anything. And all in all, pretty fun way to spend $200 on various parts and then solder it all together.